Good morning. I'm Don Pearson, Secretary at Louisiana Economic Development, and it's a great day here in Louisiana, and even more so to be here with you in Southwest Louisiana in Calcasieu Parish. We've gathered today for a truly historic occasion involving two world-class companies, the state of Louisiana, Calcasieu Parish, Westlake, Lake Charles, the Southwest Louisiana Economic Development Alliance. A lot of folks came together today as partners, and this certainly helps us power our economy here in our state. This area is richly blessed, as you may know right now, with an extraordinary amount of economic activity. What powers this is this global convergence of assets right here in this area. Interstate pipelines, an international port, top-flight railway, highway logistics, McNeese State University, Sewella Technical Community College, and so many more important elements to workforce development, community development, and the things that companies need to compete and win in today's global economy. Amid this historic expansion in this petrochemical area, we have a signature project to celebrate today. One of Korea's leading corporation, Lotte Corporation, Lotte Chemical, part of the Lotte Group, and one of the top chemical manufacturers in the United States, Axiall, are combining forces to meet the chemistry needs of a new generation of consumers. In just a few minutes, you'll hear more about this project from a great group of distinguished speakers. But as masters of ceremonies today, I'd like to share with you some highlights about both our corporate partners who are breaking ground today on this historic project. The Lotte Group is based in Seoul, one of South Korea's largest companies. It's approaching its 70th year in business and has more than $700 billion a year in annual revenues, making it a corporation of global significance. Lotte owns and operates leading businesses in retail, hospitality, food, logistics, metals, machining, and chemical sectors. And it's Lotte Chemical that is leading this project in Louisiana today with Axiall Corporation. Axiall has long been a leading corporate citizen and chemical manufacturing leader in Louisiana. Since 2013, it's evolved from a merger of commodity chemical business of PPG and Georgia Gulf Corporation. We're proud that PPG's legacy here in Lake Charles and Georgia Gulf's major facility in Plaquemine continue to be major assets and pillars of the Louisiana economy under Axiall's direction. We're delighted that Lotte Chemical and Axiall have joined forces to build a next-generation greenfield chemical project here in Calcasieu Parish. And now, to tell you more about the impact of this project in Louisiana, it's my pleasure to introduce the Distinguished Commissioner of Administration for the state of Louisiana, Commissioner Jay Darden.
Thank you, Don, and good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here this morning on behalf of Governor John Bel Edwards, who sends his best wishes to the people of Calcasieu Parish and to the leadership and employees of both Lotte and Axiall. It's appropriate that we're celebrating this occasion on Flag Day. Today is the 239th anniversary of our nation's adoption of the Stars and Stripes as our official banner. It's also the 100th anniversary of the establishment of Flag Day by then President Woodrow Wilson. We fly flags and banners on behalf of our nations and our people for many reasons. Today, in addition to the celebration of our heritage in the United States of America, we're celebrating the growth of our nation and its relationships with other nations across the globe. And Louisiana, I'm very proud to say, has a record of being one of the most advanced states in the United States in attracting foreign direct investment and pursuing international commerce. Since 2003, Louisiana has attracted more than $30 billion in foreign direct investment, making us the #1 per capita state in the United States of America and #2 overall during this period. This project in the Lake Charles area in Calcasieu Parish is a perfect example of our international commerce leadership. These two companies have come together on this 250-acre site to form the joint venture, LACC. With this collaboration, the companies will make a $1.9 billion capital investment in a new ethane cracker facility right here along Axiall's current Lake Charles manufacturing plants. What's more, LOTTE will make a $1.1 billion capital investment in a new monoethylene glycol manufacturing plant on the same site. The ethane cracker will produce ethylene, the base chemical for plastics, resins, adhesives, and synthetic products that we use virtually every day in our lives. Monoethylene glycol is likewise an important raw material for antifreezes, coolants, solvents, and many industrial applications. That's the end of my knowledge of the science of this project. Together, these projects are going to create 215 new direct jobs. The ethane cracker project will create 135 new direct jobs with an average annual salary of $75,000 plus benefits. The monoethylene glycol or MEG plant, MEG plant, will create 80 new direct jobs with an average annual salary of $87,000 plus benefits. LED estimates that these projects together will result in 1,892 new indirect jobs for a total of more than 2,100 new jobs here in Southwest Louisiana. In addition, Axiall is retaining 1,750 existing jobs in Louisiana, most of them right here in Lake Charles, and many more at a key company chemical plant in Plaquemine. Now, these are very impressive numbers, obviously, and I note that it's hard to overestimate the importance of Louisiana's chemical industry to the state economy. There are 63 chemical companies operating at 100 sites across our state, providing tremendous paying jobs to 27,000 Louisianians. Today's project not only adds to our success in international commerce, it not only builds the size and competitiveness of Louisiana's chemical manufacturing industry, it not only serves as a major impetus for economic growth in our state, but today's project combines two global companies in a mission to improve the quality of life and success of Louisiana's people, especially our residents here in Southwest Louisiana. We celebrate the successful launch of this project. We applaud the collaboration between LOTTE and Axiall and between Korea and Louisiana, as well as welcoming the construction of two world-class chemical facilities on the ground where we sit today. More than just the numbers, it represents a tremendous international collaboration that Louisiana is proud to be a part of. We welcome all of you. We thank you for your investment, your commitment to Louisiana. And I'll now ask Secretary Pearson to announce our next speaker and our very, very special guest. Don?
Our next speaker, Ambassador Ahn, is a long-standing friend of Louisiana and a staunch ally of the United States. As Ambassador of the United States for the Republic of Korea, he met with us in Washington, D.C. a number of years ago while we were conducting congressional delegation visits in advance conversations about Louisiana's economy. Diplomacy is one of the most honored and important professions in the world today, and Ambassador Ahn is an extraordinary practitioner of this profession. He is a genuine trade expert with degrees from Seoul National University and Georgetown University here in the United States. He began his career in foreign service in 1984 and has served in numerous capacities around the world. In 2011, he was named South Korea's ambassador to Belgium and head of its mission to the European Union. The next year, he became the first vice minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade. In 2013, he was named Ambassador to the United States. Let us now give a very warm and hearty Louisiana welcome to the distinguished ambassador from the Republic of Korea, Ambassador An.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, as a matter of fact, I arrived in Lake Charles yesterday, and of course I came from Washington, and this is quite warm and humid day. And I was telling myself, on behalf of everybody coming from out of town, I should be thanking you, members of the home team, for preparing this warm and humid day to welcome us. Thank you so much. But at the same time, Jay, did you say today is the 239th anniversary of adoption of Stars and Stripes as a flag of the nation? How many people knew about that before? Wow, that's very impressive. But to make a confession to you, I just learned it just now, thanks to Jay. And then I said to myself, what an auspicious day that Lotte Chemical and Axial have selected as a day to begin this historic project. So this, in fact, is a historic day. And I said to myself, on a historic day, we often say this, which is, this is win-win situation for us, right? We often say that, don't we? Right? Today, I should be telling you, this is win, win, and win. Triple win day for us. And then, of course, you'd be curious, what does it mean by saying triple win, right? My first win is a win for workers. And then I don't have to go into all the figures. Why? Because Jay and Dawn, they have already shared with you about all those employments that this investment is going to make. But at the same time, what they have been trying to share with you, Jay and Dawn, what they have been trying to share with you is, it is not simply more jobs. It is more well-paying jobs. That's what Jay and Dawn has been trying to tell us. So the first win, that is win for American workers. Second win, that is for the community. And what I mean by that is this, which is that there are a large number of Korean investment in the United States. For example, there is Samsung Electronics invested in Texas, your neighboring state. Hyundai Automobile, it invested in Georgia, another southern state. LG Chemical, it invested in Michigan, in northern state. And I've been to large number of those Korean investments in this country, in the United States. And what I always find is, in fact, they are part of the community. That is something they share among Korean investment in this country, which is that they not only come, they not only invest, they not only employ American workers, they not only make money, but at the same time, they share a philosophy, and that philosophy is to become part of the community. So the second win, that is win for this community. So that is my second win. Third win, that I think is very important to remember. Third win is a win for the American economy. Why do I say that? It's because Korea and United States entered into something called FTA. FTA stands for Free Trade Agreement. And then the idea of FTA is simple. That is to say, let us just look at three important pillars in economic relationship. That is to say, trade in goods, trade in services, and investment. And then let us just try to remove barriers from all those three sectors. So that, in fact, is a very simple idea underlying FTA. These days, you, from time to time, may meet people who would come and tell you, Korea-US FTA, it does no good for us. I guess maybe you already heard it from time to time. Next time anybody comes to tell you Korea-US FTA is not good for the United States, try to raise this question to the person who raised that point with you. The question would be this: do you like a whole picture or do you like a partial picture? Which one would you go for? Would you go for whole picture or would you go for partial picture? The people who are coming to tell you Korea-US FTA is not good for United States, they are the people who are looking at only one picture. That one picture is trade in goods. And yes, I have to admit to you, in the sense that in trade in goods, Korea is in fact have significant surplus. But did it start with Korea-US FTA? No. We always had surplus in trade in goods, even before the Korea-US FTA. But when it comes to products for which tariffs have been reduced, and products would include agricultural products, pharmaceutical products, automobiles, export from the United States to Korea, it is going up very impressively. So there is one picture, which is trade in goods. But when I say, let us look at the whole picture, I talk about trade in services. And when it comes to trade in services, even before Korea-US FTA, United States used to have surplus. But that surplus is increasing by 15%, 20% every year. Today, it is $11 billion surplus that United States has over Korea. $11 billion. When it comes to investment, another very important part of economic exchange between Korea and United States, Korean companies are investing $5 billion more in the United States than your companies come and invest in Korea, $5 billion more. So let us just look at the whole picture. Trade in goods, where Korea has surplus, but trade in services, where United States has $11 billion surplus, and then investment, where United States has $5 billion surplus. Then all in all, if you look at the whole picture, then in fact it's an equilibrium. It's well balanced. But it is a different kind of equilibrium. That is to say, it's an equilibrium at a larger figure, at a higher level. On top of it, we in fact will begin to import LNG gas from Sabine Pass project, which is about 1.5 hours away from here, beginning from next year. It will be another $2 billion. $2 billion every year for the coming 20 years. And on top of it, today we are here to celebrate Lotte Chemicals' investment and Axiall's investment in Lake Charles. How much? $3 billion. So this, in fact, is the whole picture we have in order to understand the economic relations between Korea and United States. So that, in fact, is the reason why I told you, next time anybody comes to tell you Korea-US FTA is not good for the US economy, raise this simple question. Do you want to look at the whole picture or a partial picture? I guess each and every one of you will go for the whole picture rather than the partial picture. Am I wrong? Anybody will go for the partial picture? I don't think so, right? So that, in fact, is the reason why this is a great day. This is win for American workers. This is win for the community. This is win for Korea-US economy, economic relations, and US economy. So let us just celebrate today, and let's just go out and work hard so that we'll make the best out of this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ambassador, for that great picture. And I would add that it's a great-looking picture, by the way, as well. Like Ambassador Ahn, our next speaker is someone with whom we've developed a very strong relationship. As recently as April, our state sent a mission to Asia, and we visited directly in Seoul with Lotte. We saw firsthand the expertise and accomplishments this global manufacturing and diversified industry leader has accomplished, and we reaffirmed our commitment to their project in Louisiana. With a track record that they have established globally, what they bring to the table here in Southwest Louisiana, Lotte's accomplishments to come are unlimited. And to tell us much more about Lotte's global investment and their investment right here in Calcasieu Parish, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce the honorable leader of the entire global organization of the Lotte Group, Chairman Shin.
Good morning. My name is Don Bin Shin, and I'm chairman of Lotte Group. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. J. Darden, Commissioner of the Division of Administration, State of Louisiana, Mr. Don Pearson, Secretary of Louisiana Economic Development, His Excellency Mr. An Ho Yang, Ambassador of Korea, Mr. Chris Landry, President of Calcasieu Parish, Police Jury. It's very difficult to pronounce, sorry. Mr. James Chow, Chairman of the Board of Westlake Chemical, Mr. Albert Chow, CEO of Westlake Chemical, and honorable guests for attending today's groundbreaking ceremony. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our partner, LACC, for their support and contributions in helping to make our joint venture and this project a reality. Since its founding in 1976, Lotte Chemical has performed as a top player in the Korean petrochemical industry. It has proven its presence in the global market by investing in strategic regions such as Uzbekistan, Malaysia, the United Kingdom, and China. Today, Lotte Chemical's products are being distributed to 152 countries around the world. Until 2020, Lotte Chemical will continue to expand its businesses to become one of the top 10 global chemical companies in the world. Among Korean petrochemical companies, Lotte is the first and only company to locate a shale gas cracking project in the United States. The total investment for this project is $3 billion. From this investment, more than 200 full-time jobs, 3,000 construction jobs, and 2,000 indirect jobs will be created. This will be greatly beneficial to the state of Louisiana with the creation of an additional $700 million in new export sales. This project is just the beginning for us, Lotte Group. We plan to continue investing in the region through the revamping of our newly constructed facility and even considering expansion opportunities. With a strong partner such as LCC and favorable market dynamics, we will keep an eye open for future growth and development. Lotte will continue to expand its influence not only economically, but to fulfill all of its social responsibilities. We look forward to working in your community by being a responsible corporate citizen and partner for many years to come. I would like to once again thank everyone for joining us today and celebrating this important milestone. I hope many of you can join us at luncheon. Please enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Shim. The other member of the joint venture team is Axiall Corporation, represented here today by the company's president and CEO, Tim Mann. As many of you know, Axial's roots in Lake Charles run deep, beginning decades ago as PP&G Industries. Today, Axial and its contractors employ more than 2,300 people in Louisiana, including 1,600 here in Calcasieu Parish. Mr. Mann has been a key member of the Axial leadership group since 2012 and has served as president and CEO since 2015. Most recently, he led the Axial team that designed and negotiated this joint venture project with LACC Chemical. So, in many ways, the architect of the transaction that's represented here today. Tim is a seasoned general counsel and executive manager with a great deal of experience in corporate governance and mergers and acquisitions. We're delighted to have him join us today. It's my pleasure to introduce Axial President and CEO, Tim Mann.
Thank you, Chairman Shin, Ambassador, the rest of our friends and dignitaries that are here today. We very much appreciate you being here for this very important milestone in the history of not just this site, but in the history of Axial Corporation. As many of you know, and has been noted already today, this is a site that began some 70 years ago, and I'm told it began with a project in a house across the road in the Maplewood neighborhood that the instructions were to design a plant that would produce 250 tons of chlorine a day. Today, our site across the way here produces something just short of 3,800 tons of chlorine and ECUs a day. So it is the crown jewel of our company, and it is a site that is a real core, along with our Plaquemine facility, of what we aspire to be as a company. We started on this journey with the LACC folks several years ago, and with many parts of the negotiation occurring in 2012 and 2013. But one of the things that I'm most proud of since becoming CEO in 2015 was getting to a final investment decision on this project, which we announced in December of last year. It is, as everyone has noted, going to produce a large number of jobs and a very important project, we think, in the community. But it's also very strategic for the Axial Corporation, as it will provide almost 50% of our ethylene needs and will solve a very important strategic hole in our portfolio for that key feedstock for what we do. So I appreciate everybody's efforts to get to this point. I would like to recognize one person who's not here on the LACC team is my good friend Soo-Young Huh, who is the president and CEO of LACC Chemical. But I also like to thank Daniel Fishbein, who was integral on our team in getting this over the finish line. Jack Wang, Steve, many people worked many hours to get this done, including our friends at CB&I and our friends at King & Spalding. So a very momentous day for us. We're looking forward to having this be part of Axial Corporation, and the impact on the community we think is going to be very positive. I'd also be remiss if I didn't compliment our site leaders and our site across the way for their recent performance. They have set a milestone in what is one of the most important things to me in our company, which is safety and environmental stewardship. And so May marked the third consecutive month for the site where we had no recordable injuries on the site, which is quite a milestone. I want to thank Curtis Brescher for that and his entire management team. It is one of the most important things that we do. So thank you again for being here. We very much appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you at the luncheon and seeing this project come out of the ground here in the coming months. So.
Here on the riser, we have the state represented at one end and the parish represented at the other end. But importantly, we're great partners together. And in support of these partnerships, it requires a great community. So our final speaker in today's ceremony represents the people of Calcasieu Parish, who will contribute significantly to the success of this international project. As president of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, Chris Landry and his peers on the police jury are responsible for providing accountability for government services throughout their jurisdiction and for providing an environment in which businesses like Lotte and Axiall can thrive. Today, they face many challenges here with this tremendous growth that we have in this community. So it's a time that calls for extraordinary leadership. We at LED and throughout state government are proud of the tremendous collaboration we've enjoyed with Calcasieu Parish government and with our private sector allies in the region, led by George Swift and the Southwest Louisiana Economic Development Alliance. Not sure if George is with us today, but he's a very important component of what's happening around us. Neither we at the state level nor our partners in the private sector, like Axiall and Lotte here today, could succeed without strong, responsible, innovative leadership at the parish level. Mr. Landry and his colleagues in Calcasieu Parish government have been important partners for the chemical companies and other industries located here in Lake Charles region, and we are grateful for their leadership and support. Let's welcome now the President of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, Mr. Chris Landry.
Thank you for those kind words. Before I get started, I'm going to tell on myself. Yesterday, I knew it was Flag Day today, but when I got up this morning, I had forgotten. I guess I had a senior moment. And when your wife lays out a tie and says, you should wear this tie, just wear the tie your wife tells you to wear. Because this morning, it was a tie that was full of the United States flag. And had I worn it, I would have looked like a genius today, and everybody would have said, hey, that guy knew it was Flag Day. Unfortunately, I did not listen to my wife today. I did choose the Tabasco tie. Figured you can't go wrong with a Tabasco tie in Louisiana, but today that was not the correct choice. But anyway, it's an honor to be here today to celebrate this new venture between Lotte and Axiall. And I believe that Axiall could not have chosen a better company to partner with. Lotte is a very strong company, as you heard, financially. They're in a number of different markets, very diverse, including, as I said before, finance, service, business solutions, petrochemical, tourism, retail, and food. I mean, this company, they touch the lives of everyone in one form or another on a daily basis. And that's a great choice. You want to be tied with somebody like that for sure. Recently, I read an article a few weeks ago about the people of South Korea, and it said that they were workaholics. That was one of the things they said. I've been called that more than once, by also my wife, once again. I take that as a compliment. That's a good thing, good work ethic. It also says that when the work is done, they know how to have a good time. And after I read that, I thought, well, that sounds like they're Cajun. They may have a little Cajun in their bloodline. So I think sounds like a match made in heaven. I think y'all are going to enjoy our area. Our natural resources here and the infrastructure and the hardworking people of Southwest Louisiana has continued to attract these multi-billion-dollar projects to our area. And even though we've been continually blessed with all of these projects, we remain humble and very thankful to the companies that have decided to invest in our area, and this project is no exception. So on behalf of the police jury and all of Southwest Louisiana, I want to extend a very heartfelt thank you to these two companies for choosing to make their investment here, and we look forward to a long relationship with both. Thank you.